guys, thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to be talking about some fun stuff in class, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. First, we're going to dance it out. Just dance it out with me. Come on. I want to see you get up and dance it out. Get that blood flowing. Wake us up so we are ready to learn today. All right, on the count of 3, we're going to shout Matrix. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Matrix! All right, thanks for coming. Thanks for dancing it out with me. I'm so proud of you. Like I said, today we're going to talk some fun stuff in class. And we are going to talk about the lovely Socolor and Color Sync line with the pre-bonded technology that we have with Matrix. So, I brought my lovely assistant Jessica here today so she can help us demonstrate the awesomeness of the new color. Miss Jessica here decided that she's going to try to give herself a blonde with a shadow root by herself. And as you can see, we have some heavy lineage, some definite not blendedness, it's a little on the brassy side. And she got scared of doing it at her home herself, so she decided to come and let's fix it for her. So today with our color, we are going to be using the 2 new Power Cools, both in permanent is Socolor and then demi-permanent Socolor Sync. Now these Power Cools are so amazing. I have been literally obsessed with them since they came out. They are like ash tones and violet tones amplified compared to what we used to know. And I'm so excited to show them to you today. So for Miss Jessica, what we're gonna do is we are going to put the permanent on this to her root and kind of break that line up a little bit. And then on her ends, we are gonna put the demi to help neutralize this brass. So before we get started, we are gonna make sure that we have everything we need. What we're gonna need is our color, which I have already prepared right here for us. Some foil if you want, it's not necessary. I just personally like to use the foil just to make sure that my client's skin is protected. And a comb with a really good wide tooth. So, once we have all that stuff ready, we are going to section our client into the 4 quadrants that we all know and love. And we're gonna start with this section right now. Bring her a little bit closer, make sure that she's all combed out, and let's see. So our main concern right now is the fact that there's such a harsh line from her shadow root and her blonde, and it's all throughout, as you can see. So our first step in this color correction with Sync and Socolor is going to be taking care of that harsh line. So we're going to start with the permanent part first. Get her all nice and sectioned out again. And we're going to take our color, which I am using the permanent Socolor 6VA because I think it is a gorgeous, gorgeous dark brown, very violet, very ashy tone that is really flawless. I want to see everybody with this color. And we are going to take it and just slap it on cleanly, don't be a mess, onto her roots. Make sure to get it all nice and saturated. Take those nice thin sections that you can read a newspaper through. And then once you have it saturated on both sides, what you're gonna do is leave a little bit of that line out, and then you're just gonna take the color, and just smear it down that line on both sides. Easy peasy, right? Well, there's one more step just to make it really nice and diffused. That wide tooth comb I talked about, you are going to comb the section that you just applied color on the top section and the bottom section. once each time. And you're gonna do that all throughout the head. Now, you probably wanna know what's so awesome about the new pre-bonded color because it's new and not a lot of information's out. Some really awesome things to it. So all of our colors are pre-bonded, which means with our exclusive bond protecting concentrate to it protects the inner hair structure, and it will maintain the integrity of the hair, color after color. Now, what does that mean exactly? It means that it's going to help prevent damage from happening in the hair, which we all want that. We definitely don't want damage in the hair. And when I say color after color, it means that over time, because of this concentrate that we have in the color, your hair is going to get healthier and stronger. What it does is it basically throws more and more sulfide bonds into your hair to help strengthen it. So that way you don't have to worry about too much damage. All right, now on top of all of the colors being pre-bonded, they're blended. They are pre-blended with background and reflect. So you can neutralize any underlying pigment, unwanted tone, or really just any color that you want. When I say background and reflect, so the background part of it is your base. Your level 5, your level 6, your level 11, your level 1. That's the background. And when I say reflect, that means the tone of the color. So your reds, your ashes, your violets, even your green tones. So each color is perfectly blended with each of your level and your tone. So that way you can have beautiful, beautiful color that has amazing contrast to it. And we have both our color sync and our Socolor, so the permanent and the demi-permanent. They're both prepared. And achieve seamless color from root to tip that lasts and fades true to tone with both permanent and demi-permanent oxidative dyes, and they're perfectly matched. So this 6VA that I am using right now on Miss Jessica, there is a demi-permanent that's matched to go with this. So she wanted to do the 6VA all over. And next appointment she comes around and she wants a refresh. Think about what happens sometimes when we do the same permanent color over and over and over again on the same head of hair. Eventually it gets darker, even though it's the same color with the same tone. And it's just because we keep putting those pigments on and on and on without really giving it time to fade out. So how do we prevent that? Well, instead of using a permanent color each time on your mid-lengths to ends, what you can do is permanent on your roots, on your new growth, and then on your mid-lengths and ends, you can use a demi. And the 6VA, its paired demi is a 7VA. So it's technically one shade or one level lighter, but since you already have that 6VA on and you're just wanting to refresh it a little bit, they're going to turn out seamlessly and it's going to be beautiful. Plus your client's going to be happy because you won't have like super shiny, well done roots and then mid-lengths that are just kind of meh. At least I know I'd feel that way. I don't like it when my hair looks dull. So, but on Miss Jessica's hair, we are just working through that permanent color, combing it out each and every time. Remember, once on top and once on bottom. Making sure to fully saturate and kind of going a little bit past that line that we have created. Just a smidge. And then go, and flip. So while their color is being applied, let's talk about some fun stuff. So not only is the new color line coming out with all this pre-bonded technology, which is amazing. Like, I've been using it, and honestly, my hair feels better, or my client's hair feels a little bit better and just softer, which is amazing. We're also coming out with some new tones, which is so exciting. So we have the Power Cools, which I'm using right now, which is, like I said, is violet and ash tones amplified. Like most of our colors, when they oxidize, they have kind of that like brownish color, you know what I mean? But the Power Cools, if you kind of look at it, especially on my brush, you can see it's actually oxidizing purple. Like almost like Socolor Cult purple, which is kind of cool. That's just because there's so much violet and ash pigment jam-packed into this color. And it comes in violet ash and ash. So if somebody doesn't necessarily want the purple or violet tones, they could just have straight up ash. But on top of the Power Cools, what we're also having come out is we're getting some new jade tones, which means we're gonna have some kind of greenish tones that are going to help neutralize any red or brassiness that you see in the hair. And then they're gonna be neutral violet, or no, sorry, not neutral violet. There will be neutral violet tones, but there will also be neutral jade tones. So like this is turning purple, don't worry. The jades will not turn green. They are to neutralize the brassiness, but they're not gonna turn your hair like swamp water green. Don't worry about that. All right, so after we get the root color or new growth color put on, we are going to start our timer for 35 minutes to let that process, because we really don't want the color start lasting any longer than that. And while that's processing, we are going to apply the mid-length and end color. So I like to, when I do this, start at the bottom and work my way up. I just feel like it's a little cleaner that way for me. And what I like to do is I like to take a foil and just smack it right under there. It will help protect the face, and it will also help me figure out, like, with blending on the line that we are trying to blend out. So I use 6 VA on the roots, and what I'm using on the ends is I'm using 7 VA, a ½ ounce with a full ounce of clear, because I want it to be the same tone family, but I don't want it to be super dark all over around, because Miss Jessica wanted to go blonde, and we're going to try to keep her as blonde as possible while neutralizing that brass out. So we're going to take our concoction of dim eye color that is pre-bonded, and we're just going to fully saturate that hair. I usually start in like the middle of the hair, work my way towards the ends when I'm doing something like this. You can twirl it and everything. And then I will start working my way up to that line that we're blending out. And I'm gonna take my brush sideways with a little extra dye. And I'm just gonna smudge it in, feather it in, blend it in, whatever you wanna call it. I call it smudge. I know a lot of people call it feathering because of balayage, but to me this is more like smudging. And it's just gonna help diffuse that line even more to help hide the fact that we had such a harsh line. And we're just gonna keep taking our sections and just keep doing that. Some full saturation. Smudge, smudge, smudge. Some people have the amount of how much smudging you do. like earlier when I was combing, it's one on top, one on bottom. I don't really have a smudge, feathering, whatever you want to call it. Like, you can only do it 3 times type of thing. Just go with the flow, really, and smudge until you feel like you're done smudging. It's my best advice. Because sometimes you think, oh, 3 smudges, we're good, that's blended, it's gonna be cute, and then you're gonna find out it's still just a harsh line, and no one wants that. Sometimes you could say 10 smudges, and you could honestly diffuse that color so much that you've unintentionally created another color that you don't necessarily want, or you could have potentially dragged that dark color all the way down to where it's not just a shadow root anymore. You've created like a really dark section amongst all these lighter sections. Which, if that's the look you're going for, then yes, smudge till your heart's content. We do a lot like that. Just if you're gonna do that, make sure you have a lot of color on your root so you have all that to smudge down. I guess instead of saying smudge like to a number, like still go with the flow, but smudge with intention. And even though we're smudging and kind of diffusing that line, we're making sure that we have fully saturated every little bit. And once I'm done smudging, I'm gonna kind of like drag my color like that. And if I see any dry sections, I'm gonna make sure that those get hit with some more color, because nothing ruins a nice ashy tone more than having just one spot that's just still brassy. At least in my opinion. There might be other ways that ruin your ashy tone. But especially on blondes, like, you know, like you see that one like beautiful icy blonde, and then there's like one section, it's always up front, like right here, that just looks yellow. And no one likes that. Especially after all the hard work you've gone into lightening that hair, making it beautiful, handcrafting that perfect toner with the pre-bonded color sync. No one likes it when it's not perfection. And with all the pre-bonded colors, they're all, like the normal rules apply still with Socolor and Socolor Sync. So like you can still intermix everything, or not everything, like you can't mix the HDs with the SRs. You definitely don't want to mix the extra blonding cream with the high lifts or with the SRs. Dream Age, you have to keep it separate. But even if while all this new color is being released and you are getting your hands on it, say you have new packaging and old packaging, you can still use them together. So I can still use my 2 boxes of 505N, one in the old packaging and one in the new packaging. It's totally fine. You're not gonna harm the hair by doing that. And we're saturating, and we're smudging. I have to say the funniest part about doing color to me is, because you always gotta find humor whenever you do. Y'all remember Finding Nemo and Dory? Yeah, we all remember Dory. How could we forget Dory? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Honestly, I feel like seeing Finding Nemo at such a younger age and hearing that just keep swimming really shaped me as who I am, because instead of just keep swimming because I can't swim, fun fact if you didn't know, I use that same tone with everything. So it's just keep smudging, just keep smudging, just keep saturating, so just keep saturating. Saturating doesn't work as well, but you can make it work. But yeah, while I'm applying color, that is literally the background audio of in my head. And I tell you, when you do that, you're gonna be better because you're gonna keep concentrated on what you're doing. And it's gonna turn out beautiful because you put so much concentration and effort. Oh, Miss Jessica, I totally just colored your forehead like that. I'm so sorry. So while you do colors like this, or really any color at all, from now on, I want you to, in your head, just keep smudging, just keep saturating, just keep smudging. And I want you to tell me how it works out. Because those are the real tips you can give to a colorist. All right, once our color is fully saturated, we're just gonna let it sit and let it process. You can, if you want, put a second foil on top just to kind of help get a little bit more of that body heat in to help it process evenly, especially if it's like cooler. Like now that we're getting into the summer months, our ACs are going and it's gonna get kind of cold in the salon, at least in my salon. I'm cold all the time. So we're gonna let her process, and once she's done processing, what we are gonna do is we are going to rinse her color out like we normally would. And we are going to have a conversation about aftercare while we're rinsing our hair out, because aftercare and education with your clients is so important because they don't want to spend a ton of money at the salon getting their hair done and for it to fade out because they washed their hair with like VO5 or something like that. So once we wash our hair out, we are going to do some post-color treatments. Some post-color treatments that I personally like are the Color Care Acidic Milk Rinse from Biolage. It is this wonderful spa treatment smelling invention in a bottle that I'm obsessed with. It locks in your color, it balances your pH. It is an awesome color care treatment that you can use after lightening, coloring, whatever. Just any chemical service really, because it gives you softer, smoother, pH balanced hair. And I love this. My clients are obsessed with this too now since I've been using it on everything, that if I don't grab this bottle with me when I head back to the washroom, they're just like, are you not gonna get the thing? We need the thing. Otherwise my hair is not gonna be good. I'm glad they like it. After we rinse out the color, we're going to shampoo the hair before we put that on. And the shampoo that I'm going to recommend for Miss Jessica, especially since she lightened her hair at home, is Unbreak My Blonde. It is the newest addition to the Total Results family. It smells like summer in a bottle, but like almost like sunscreen mixed with orange juice. Like it's heaven. I love it. It has citric acid in it, which helps also balance the pH of your hair, makes it softer, and helps reverse, or not reverse, but it helps repair damage that has been caused from a lightening service. So all blondes are definitely going to be getting this from me soon. It's makes your hair softer when I wash my hair, because obviously I have to lighten my hair to get it blue. My hair feels dry every time, and I've started using this and it feels so soft even after I just shampoo it, which never happens with my hair. Like after I wash my hair, I have to immediately condition it because it's so dry. And we're gonna pair the conditioner with it. I personally like to let this conditioner sit on for about 3 to 5 minutes, just because one, with girls that lighten their hair or do a lot of color damage, it needs moisture, and this has some good moisture in it. So I feel like if you just let it sit longer, like that 3 to 5 minutes, it's really gonna give you those benefits. Afterwards, we are going to style her hair with 2 of my favorite products. The all-in-one coconut infusion leave-in conditioner by Biolage. If you like coconut, you're gonna love this. If you like leave-in conditioners, you're gonna love this. And if you just like products that just make your hair soft, you're gonna love this. This leave-in conditioner has 25 benefits to it, and I swear it is the best leave-in conditioner I've ever tried. Smells good, it makes my hair soft, it has UV protection. I swear it's been helping my blue stay in better ever since I've started using this. It's a miracle, I love it. And then just because I like to finish out systems, I'm gonna also use the Unbreak My Blonde leave-in treatment. You just use a little pea-size amount of this, put it all over, and it just helps have the benefits from the shampoo and conditioner as a leave-in version. All right, who's ready for the grand reveal? All right. So after her color is done processing, and once you rinse it out and style it, you are going to get this lovely, luscious, ashy, blended, shadow-rooted blonde. Like, look at how ashy that is. Like, that's amazing, right? And then when you look at that line, like, look at that line. It's so blended and beautiful. And that smudging, remember, just keep smudging. It helps, especially when you smudge with that intention. Like, it's just gorgeous. Like, especially when you compare it to what we had before. Like, that is definitely a lot ashier, a lot more neutralized, a lot more blended. Like, I'm telling you, these power curls are no joke, and I love them. I've been honestly using them as my toners for almost every blonde, especially when they want that Khaleesi icy hair. I've just been mixing the 7VA with some clear to clear depending on how blonde I want them to be, and it's gorgeous. So if you take anything away from this class today, definitely try to use power curls. Play with them, swatch them, use them as a toner. The VA, the AA, they're both amazing, impermanent and demi-permanent. Like, I mean, just look at that beautiful, ashy, purpley tone. I'm in love. All right, well, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining this class today, and I thank you so much for participating and learning and just having fun. Now remember, power curls are amazing. Try them. Our new color line, you're definitely wanting to try it with the pre-bonded. Like, don't be scared about it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, because I promise you, you're gonna like it. Make sure to tell your clients about aftercare, because not only is our color just as important, our take home is just as important, and educating our clients is a good idea. And on top of that, I want you to have fun, have a great day, and go do some amazing hair. All right, so before we close, we at Matrix like to do a little mantra, and usually it's we clasp our hands together, raise our hands up high, and we usually say a word and pull it straight into our heart. Today, I think our word should be pre-bonded. So, on the count of 3, we're gonna raise our hands in the air, clasp them together, and shout pre-bonded. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pre-bonded! All right, guys, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Bye.